Good afternoon to all participants. I would like to first thank all participants for joining this webinar, which is conducted by South London College. I would like to also extend a high thanks to even the participants for allocating their time from their busy schedules to enter into this value-based webinar. So today we'll actually be talking about a webinar that is where most of the individuals and also career changers are still stuck in low-paid jobs, and actually how they can get into high-paying jobs in the tech industry. So if for any of you who are out there who is actually interested in the tech industry and want to make a good living out in the tech industry, and also at the same time want to actually get the benefits and high salaries from the tech industry itself, then I would suggest this webinar is actually for you. So without any further ado, let's move on to the next slide to show what this webinar is basically all about. So one thing to note is what actually we are going to talk in this webinar, that is, as all participants, you need to know. So we'll be talking actually about, are you stuck in a low paid job? Are you frustrated? And you are seeking for different opportunities to go into a high paying job in the tech industry. And what are the ways actually you can get into a high paying job in the tech industry? There are multiple ways. So I'll be discussing to you on each of those ways and which best fits for you in this webinar. And what is the job readiness for you to enter into these jobs itself, and also what are the opportunities, what are the type of careers you can seek in the IT industry itself, and what are the growing high-paced jobs itself in the IT industry. So all of this will actually be talked in today's webinar. Also, what are the future-proof skills that you require when you are entering into the tech industry? So if you are even an individual who is in the tech industry and also knows what type of skills is required, there are certain skills that you will have to actually obtain in order to get a very lucrative job in the tech industry itself. So everything actually will be spoken in this webinar itself. Let's move on to the next slide. So today, actually, what we'll be discussing here is the global IT opportunities. So what we will actually gain in the IT industry once you step into this tech industry itself, what are the type of career opportunities you can get into? Salary growth, that is very important. I think most of you all have actually entered tech industry itself. And also, what are the recommended courses? Very important to know that. What are the type of qualifications that you need to obtain in order to get in into the interview process of a tech firm? Yes, sorry for the technical issue. So basically, let's proceed with the slide itself. So getting into the tech industry is also not through the university pathway, but also there are various qualifications that you can enter into the tech industry. One is the university level. The other one is actually the vocational qualification. For instance, ATHE, Qualifi, NCC Education UK. These are vocational qualifications in which you can actually enter into the tech industry itself. Furthermore, also certifications such as Compiata, Cisco, Microsoft, these are some of the ways, the means also you can enter into the tech industry itself. So there are multiple ways in which, as an individual, as a career changer, as the one who has been in the tech industry for some quite time, you can use these three methods to enter into a very lucrative career in the IT sector. But it's also important to know that you have to choose the correct qualification in order to enter into these high-paying jobs. Next is the timeline to get job ready, right? So how long would it take me as an individual to be job ready? That is one of the important things also you need to know. And these will actually be spoken in today's webinar. Next is the recommended courses, right? There are multiple courses in the market today, in the education market, but you need to pick the right one. That is the most important thing. Picking the right job, picking the right career, picking the right qualification will ensure that you are able to achieve that goal within a given good amount of time. So it's very important that this webinar will actually take you through and provide you a good advice on what type of qualifications are actually better for you to obtain that lucrative job. Yes, so we can move on to the next slide. Yes, could we move on? Next slide. Yes, so what you will gain, very important in this webinar that you're going to gain. Everyone of course, us enter into a webinar for a value. So actually what will this webinar provide you is one thing is the clarity of the qualification. What type of qualification creative job that you all are seeking. So if you're a person who is still stuck in your own job but not satisfied with the pay, or if you're a person who requires career progression, or even if you're a person who is actually planning to change your career and move into the tech industry, then this webinar will actually provide you that clarity to getting into these jobs and make a proper decision. Next is what is the in-demand skills. When I say in-demand skills, the skills that employees are now currently looking for. So with AI on the rise, with automation on the rise, also with especially many companies now outsourcing their services, you need to ensure that what type of skills is expected by your boss or by your employee of the company, right? So realistic timelines, how actually, what is the logic or what is the time duration or the time gap can I actually mend my skills, make it much more better so that I have a better chance of actually getting that job. So the timeline is also very important to giving you that phase so that you can actually be job ready itself. Next is exclusive offers. So at the end of the webinar, we'll be talking some of the discounts that you can actually obtain when you enroll for our qualifications. So all of these things will be spoken in today's webinar itself. So let's move on to the next slide. Yes, could we move on to the next? Yes. So just to give a brief introduction of who am I. So basically, my name is Mohammed Nawas, and actually I have worked in the education industry for a period of 7 years, both in the academic field and also in the management field as well. I have been working as a consultant also for various institutions, helping students make the right decisions when it comes to their careers by providing them a good insight into what type of qualifications that they need when they are in the tech industry itself. Also, I have managed many of the partnership programs like NCC Education UK. Also, I have even delivered various type of qualifications as well, such as ATHE, NCC Education UK, OTHM. These are some of the qualifications that I have dealt with, and I'm also I can even provide various assistance to various participants who actually require help and assist in making the correct choice in their future. So this is basically a small profile of who am I, right? So let's move on to the next slide. So the very important thing that we all have is stuck in a low-paid job, right? So many of us always have that mind, like, okay, how can I improve my career? Actually, I'm very frustrated. I've got into a job that is not actually paying me well. I'm wasting my time. So what are the means? What are the qualifications that I can motivate myself and find better opportunities to enhance my what you call growth in my job, at the same time provide a good living for my family if you're an individual, and also get that big bonus as well. So today, all of these things will actually be spoken in today's webinar. Yes, we can move on to the next slide. Yes, we can proceed to the next slide, please. Okay. So why IT can change your career, right? So IT is regarded as one of the one of the require IT in every form of market, right? Next is you have the pay boost, right? One thing is engineers who are in the tech, software engineers, web developers, graphic designers, AI automobile, or AI automation engineers are paid very well. Not only that, they are even provided shares as well. So if you are working in top companies, you have the opportunity of buying shares in that company itself. So these are some of the benefits or perks that engineers in the tech industry actually obtain. Next is the scalability, right? IT is recognized worldwide, right? From the smallest to the largest economy, IT is needed, right? So that is why the opportunities for an IT engineer are endless, right? So it's important to know that if you're a person who is a fresher, or a person who is stuck in a low-paid job, or a person who wants to shift careers, it's worth taking the time and also going through whether IT is the right choice. And I would say if you're planning to start a career in IT, that's a very good investment, because one thing is you're going to earn a lot. You're able to, if you get the right training, the right qualification, you'll be able to develop systems. You might even be able to run in future your IT company as well. And this gives you endless opportunities to actually work in the tech sector as well, right? So these are some of the benefits as to why investing in the IT sector is very vital. Yes, so we can move on to the next slide, please. So beginner courses to kickstart your IT journey. So many of you all might be, especially the ones who are freshers or career changers, might have a curiosity. Okay, if I'm very interested in IT, what are the qualifications should I start with? So very important as a lecturer as well. It's important to have a strong foundation, right? Important to have your foundation very strong. That gives you the actually the pillar to then start building your skills even further and further, because if your foundation is much more stronger, then you're able to grow well in your tech career itself. So how you can actually get into these courses are, what are the right qualifications is the level 3 program, so which is introduction to digital technologies. This actually gives you the general scope of how to start a career in IT, and it gives you even the units that you are willing to, get into the tech industry itself. So the level 3 is actually like a diploma. It's a foundation course. So anyone who is actually doesn't have a tech background but likes to get into the tech background, then investing in the level 3 diploma in digital technology is the right investment for you. Next is we have the level 3 certificate as well. So people who would like to just get a small, step into what the tech industry is about, investing in the level 3 certificate is also a very beneficial investment for you, right? Next is introduction to computer programming. Those who are very curious about computer programming, who would like to become a very specialist person in computer programming, I Yes, so if you are a person who is actually interested in getting to know a bit of cybersecurity, a bit of programming, a bit of digital technologies, a bit of IoTs. So then the level 3 itself is a very beneficial investment. But if you're a person who's actually curious about coding, programming, want to know Python languages like Python, C Sharp, C++, then investing in the level 3, what do you call computer programming qualification is the best, right? But if you're an individual who wants to transition into the IT career, wants to get yourself a degree, actually a pathway to get a better job, then again investing in the level 3 is the best qualification for you to obtain that. So this is for a beginner who is planning to start in the tech industry itself. These are some of the qualifications that will actually build a strong foundation for your IT career. Yes, we can move on to the next slide, please. So intermediate and advanced courses for career growth. So like I explained in the previous slide itself, the level 3 is it gives you the foundation, right? The basic knowledge for you to get into the tech industry itself. Now you need to build your knowledge even further, much more deeper, have a good critical thinking. So you need to have courses that can match that level. So what are the courses that meets this criteria is actually the level 4. So level 4 is actually the first year of a UK degree as well. So those who actually would like to build a good critical thinking knowledge and a much more advanced knowledge when it comes to the tech or the IT modules, then a level 4 investment is the best. So when it comes to the level 4 investment, we have level 4 diploma in computing. Actually, this is a general qualification that enables you to have technical knowledge in every aspect of the tech industry, whether it's cybersecurity, whether it's software developing, whether it's web development, all of this, the level 4 will actually provide you, right? So that is actually the best route to go, right? But if you're an individual who actually wants to be a much more specialized person, who wants to also have both the collaboration of the business management systems and along with IT, then a level 4 diploma in computing with business management goes. So as a person who's actually providing you all of this information, it's very important to absorb this, but also at the same time, have the specific requirement that you want in which alternative that you want to pursue in. You have to choose the correct qualification, because actually IT is a very broad market, and you have to actually choose which qualification will suit your career and your requirement the most, right? Yes, let's move on to the next slide, sir. Right. So many of us ask, is university the only option? University is also not the only option for you to get into tech industry. It has now actually changed. It has become much more broader. Employers are now looking for skilled based workers as well. They are seeking for work engineers who can provide solutions to problems, to complex problems. Yes, let's move on to the next slide, please. So universities versus alternative pathways, very important to all participants who have actually come into this. There are certain things that as a participant you all need to also understand, as you need to also get it right. University is very costly. The degrees are very costly. So many of us at times will not be able to get into universities because one thing is the requirement that each university requires us to have our O-level, A-level gradings as well. One thing is the cost is also very important. So the cost of the university goes sometimes into 45,000 to 52,000, depending on the degree or the major you're selecting, right? So there are alternatives methods where you can actually obtain the same qualification at a very much low price as well, right? So if you are a participant who plans to go through the university route, so it will actually take you 3 to 4 years, sometimes even 5 years, including placement as well, right? So next is the higher cost, right? So it's very important. University degrees are not cheap, as everyone agrees on it. So it goes for 45, 50,000, like I said, depending on the major you select. So it's very costly, right? Next is it's broadly theory part as well. Yes, there'll be practical, but mostly it's within that curriculum you'll be studying, right? So if you actually want to progress well in your tech sector, you need to be also skill equipped as well. You need to have both theory and both practical as well, right? So there are certifications for that. There are qualifications for that. I'll be talking uh, in this slide itself. Next is degree credential. Yes, very important. Having the degree, you will obtain the degree as well, but having the degree doesn't mean that you're going to get a high lucrative job, right? If you're a person even without a degree who can, sort out solutions, even provide, critical complex solutions for the company, be a game changer for the company, you will be hired to the job itself, even with having a certification, tech certification, or a small vocational qualification itself, right? So degree is just not the only route. There are other ways where you can actually get a good paying job, even in the tech industry itself, right? So the alternative route is there are programs that run for 3 to 12 months, but also at a very low cost. And also it provides you more practical skills, right? And also it's industry certification. So just to give you a small example of what those programs I'll be talking about is, if you have heard about ATHE, NCC Education UK, OTHE, these are called vocational programs. These qualifications, what they do is they provide both the theory and both the practical as well. So when we were talking about the level 4 program, actually the level 4 program is equivalent for a first year of a UK degree that you can finish it within 8 to 9 months, right? So that is where you also obtain all of the necessary knowledge and the practical development for you to prove to your employers that you're a valid and also you're suited for that job, right? So next is certifications. Certifications are Computer A plus, Microsoft, Amazon. So these are what you call certification, qualification in the tech industry, where they drill deeper and make you much more practically oriented, right? So universities, they actually provide you that theory and also a practical scenario as well. Vocational qualifications like ATHE, NCC Education UK, PSN provides you that balance, that both theory and what you call practical as well. It's less costly than what you call the university qualification. Certifications like Microsoft, Amazon, Cisco, they provide you 100% practical. But one thing in these certifications are you need to renew every 2 to 3 years, depending on the qualification body you're undertaking. Now, when it comes to ATHE, when it comes to vocational qualifications such as ATHE, NCC Education UK, or even PSN, you don't have to actually renew the certification. So once you're done with that, it's already you have completed. It's for lifetime, right? So these are some of the qualifications where you can actually get into the tech industry, right? So many of us might not be able to afford a big amount when it comes to university degrees. So the other ways that we can actually look into is investing in a vocational qualification where it's even recognized by employers in UK itself, right? When it comes to the tech industry. So I hope that also clears the doubt for you all. So we can move on to the next slide. Okay, how long to become job ready, right? So what is the time frame? What is the time duration that I need to actually be job ready to when and also when I can start earning big? That is the most important thing, right? So we can move on to the next slide, right? So this is actually like a time frame of how you can actually, when if you're a starter, if you're a fresher, or if you're a person from a different industry but would like to again get into the tech industry and earn a lot of money. Yeah, so we have actually designed a time frame for you all, so you can actually then get a good glimpse on how long will it take me to actually reach that uh, uh, line itself, right? So basically, first is you have the certificate courses, like I mentioned. So that goes for 3 to 6 months to complete. So it's like I mentioned, it's talking about like a diploma or a certification or a short course that has a duration period of 3 to 6 months. Talking of the earning capacity here, you're not going to earn much because still you're developing your skills in the tech industry itself. So as you gradually complete these courses, which is a 3 to 6 month course, you can then start applying for entry-level jobs, right? So entry-level jobs are jobs that pay you the basic salary, but they don't pay you a bigger salary. The purpose of getting the entry level job is to now build experience as well. Now you have the qualification. Now you need to start building Yes, so looking at this time frame, by getting more qualifications, by obtaining more experience as you go along, you're then able to actually apply for bigger positions with bigger salaries. Right. So I hope all of the participants right in today's webinar actually clearly understands what is now happening around the job market itself. Right. So degrees, qualifications are actually not enough. You need to build your career around also qualification, skills, and also experience. Right. So when you build it around that three categories that I have already mentioned, then you are in a position where you can demand a higher salary or a higher paycheck when you apply for new jobs in the tech industry in the UK sector, right? Yes, we can move on to the next slide, please. So diploma pathway timeline, right? So very important. So if you are a fresher, if you're a person who is new to IT and who is very curious and would like to earn much more in the tech sector, or if you're a person who has actually been in the tech sector for quite time but is not seeing any progression in your career, then first is for the freshers and for the career changers, you need to first build up a foundation. So the best qualification to invest is the level 3, which is the diploma. For the people who have been in the industry but would like to see career progression to higher rank jobs with high pay scales, invest in level 4 and level 5 diploma UK degree, right? Next is once you have actually completed those qualifications and is certified, and also with your experience, now you are able to target mid-level or high-level jobs, right, with bigger paychecks, right? Because now you are in a position where you are able to validate and tell your employer, I have the required skills, I have the required experience, I have the required qualifications as well. So I would require, based on the market rate that is going on for the experienced engineers, I also would like to demand it. And that justifies, it gives a clear signal to your employer that you're the right person for the job, right? So that is where then you can start moving to job roles like network admin, web developer, junior security analyst, AI automation engineer, IoT engineer, cloud network engineer. It all depends on what path you would like to take in your IT journey, right? Yes, we can move on to the next slide itself. So future proof of IT skills. So today we'll be talking actually also what are the skills that you need to develop in order to have that clear edge over your colleague when it comes to promotions, right? So this is very important. And also what are the skills that are in high demand by IT employers or the IT sector or the IT industry in 5 years time, right? So all of this will actually then be spoken in this slide itself. Yeah, we can move on to the next. So high demand IT skills globally, right? So the first is cloud computing, DevOps, right? So this is a high, it pays you well, right? And also many of this caliber, right? So there is a short supply in this sector. So short supply means there is not much engineers in this sector itself. That is why the pay scale is actually very high, right? So if you're able to uh, create a pathway based on cloud computing and DevOps, invest most of your time in getting these qualifications, and also do certifications based on cloud computing and DevOps, you are investing in the correct way and ensuring that you get a good pay scale when it comes to this field. Next is cybersecurity, a never dying career, right? A never dying industry. Even with AI coming up, the IT sector or the IT industry requires cybersecurity engineers. Very important because the IT and cybersecurity goes in hand, right? So the more the attacks, the more pay scale or higher pay is for the cybersecurity engineers, right? So still there is less demand in the cybersecurity market, less supply in the cybersecurity market. So when there is less supply, companies are actually willing to pay more amount of money for cybersecurity engineers. So if you are able to carve a path and obtain qualifications along with certifications, and also tailor your experience and skills according to the cybersecurity field, definitely it's a good investment, right? So for people or individuals or freshers who are having a curious understanding, goal in obtaining or becoming an AI engineer, then AI and machine learning is the clear route if you have a mindset of becoming an AI engineer one day, right? Here you will be actually developing automation tools for businesses to increase their productivity. So when you are a person or an engineer in the AI sector, and if you're able to develop new tools that can enhance the business productivity, increase their profit, definitely they are willing to pay a much and a higher pay scale for you, right? Next is data analysis and visualization. So we are living in a world of digital data, very important, and data is very sensitive, right? So we require data analytics engineers, right? So if you are a person who is very curious about data, how it works, how it functions, and you would like to one day become a data engineer, then moving in a path of data analyst and visualization is the best investment. Next is full stack development, right? So here you'll be building complete applications end to end, right? So the demand for full stack development is also now increasing. Okay, so as you can see, the roles that we have taken are all high in demand, but the supply is low, meaning that there is not much engineers for these roles. So in another 5 years' time, these roles are going to get much more higher and higher. So if you're a person now who is planning to invest yourself in the tech industry, you're a person who wants to start growing yourself, investing in these job roles is the best investment for you. Yes, we can move on to the next slide, please. Yes, could we move on to the next slide? So how our courses align with skills, right? So it's very important. So let me talk through how this course can assist you. So the course is actually, we have the courses from beginner level to intermediate level to much more advanced level, right? So this actually is based on your knowledge. So if you are a person who is actually new to IT, or you want to create actually a job or a career in IT, then starting from the beginners level is the best, right? So you need to actually build a foundation for you to then a strong foundation for you to then get the benefits or move on to the next step of your IT career. So starting in a beginner's level, if you're a fresher or a career changer, investing in a diploma, level 3 diploma is the best investment for you. This is where you start building diploma of how programs, how cybersecurity, how digital technology, how IoT works. So your IT career much more further. Then you can invest in a level 4, which is network, web development, computing as a general cybersecurity. Now, this level is equivalent to, you need to know, which is a first year of a UK degree. At the same time, it now enhances your knowledge much more further, right? Having then actually a level 4 is much more greater than a level 3. So now you have actually obtained the basic, your foundation. Now you're again applying a different layer of knowledge by undertaking the level 4 itself, right? Now you have actually, so this is suited for people who actually want to pursue a career also in the IT sector, right? Next we move on to is a advanced level. This is much more a very complex knowledge where you have already now obtained the level 3, your foundation is strong. You also now have the level 4, which is your intermediate knowledge is much more stronger. Now you're going to apply over that a much more critical thinking. So that critical thinking is provided by the level 5. This is where you'll be able to develop apps, systems, right? You can even provide solutions. So this will actually give you the job readiness for you to apply into medium job roles in the tech industry. And then the next level we move on to is the level 6. That is where you can then start applying for a degree. We call it the top-up degree, right? So here you can actually apply for a top-up degree, and then you can then easily enter into a high-paying job itself, right? So these are some of the stages which you can take if you are a person who is very interested in increasing your job growth, increasing your job the pay scale, or a fresher or a career changer who is now interested in getting into the tech industry itself. Yes, we can move on to the next slide. So your career starts here. So talking of all of the information that I have provided, I hope this webinar has actually provided you a good value of what to do, what are the courses that you need to undertake. And also, if you are not in a place where you can invest heavily on a university degree, what are the other qualifications that you can invest in the education market to achieve that career, right? So we can move on to the next slide. So qualification versus no qualification, right? So qualification is where you have obtained the relevant qualification methods like a degree or a vocational qualification. And what happens here is when you have a qualification, yes, you're able to go for higher jobs, okay? But also point out that in the reality, you need also to develop your skills and your experience as well. So when talking about without IT qualifications, you might have a limited growth, you might get low pay, few opportunities, local job market is limited for you, right? That means when you do not have the relevant qualifications, you are not able to apply for high-paying jobs. So employers can justify by saying that you are not in a position to apply for this job because you actually don't have this specific certification. You don't actually have this specific qualification as well, right? So the limitations is very limited for you if you are not properly qualified. But if you are actually pursuing or investing in qualifications, and also you have the right skills and also right experience as well, then there is that validity, there is that purpose where you can justify to the employer, I am the correct person because of my qualifications, because of my experience, and also because of my skills. That gives you're providing a signal to your employer that I am ready for this position and I would like to apply, right? So with qualification, you're able to go for high paying salaries, promotions, right? And also you're able to climb the career ladder much more quicker, right? So this is the difference between not having a qualification and having a qualification. But also very important to know that industry itself. I'm not talking just the tech industry, but all of the industries. Right? Very important while you're taking your qualification, you need to also build up your skill along with the experience as well. Yes, so we can move on to the next slide. Right. So what are the steps that you need to take? So I hope many of the learners have got a very good insight of what you need to do for your career, especially if you're a fresher, if you're a person who is willing to change into the IT industry, or if you're an individual who has been in the IT industry but would like to see more growth in your IT career. So you need to first take the proper initiative is start learning today. That is an important thing. You need to do proper research. Also, you need to understand yourself. What would I like to see myself in 5 years' time, 10 years' time? How can I achieve it? What are the qualifications that I need to obtain? What are the experience that I need to obtain? What is the skill that I need to obtain? Those you have to start initiating now itself, right? You need to then build the in-demand skills, right? If you do not have the relevant skills to say speak to customers, or you do not have a coding, you don't have a coding background, then you need to invest in skills where your coding can improve, your communication skills can improve, your tech skills can improve. You need to invest in courses where it can cover that gap itself for you, right? Next is accelerate your growth, right? So leverage courses, certifications to fast track your career. Combine your skills, combine your experience, combine the qualifications to ensure that you're in a better position, right? When it comes to the tech industry, because very important, the tech industry is changing rapidly. So you need to be in par with that change. If not, what you're going to happen is you're going to lose a lot of leverage. And in future, when you try to prove yourself, sometimes due to the change in the tech, employees might not recruit. So you need to be in par with the change when it comes to the tech industry itself, right? So let's move on to the next slide. So what are the recaps that we did? So let's do like a summary. So we talk about IT careers that pay more. What are the multiple pathways? University is also not enough. University is not just the only way to take into account when you're going for a lucrative paying job. You can use certifications. You can use vocational programs as well. So I have explained these programs properly to you all in this webinar itself. Also, you need to have skills over degrees. Degrees are not enough. You need to correlate it all together. You need to develop your skills while you're doing your qualification. You need to also develop the skills, get the qualification, at the same time, get the experience as well, right? So these are some of the three components that you need to acquire in order to have a lucrative job when it comes to the tech industry. Not just the tech industry, but any form of industries itself, right? So very important for you to achieve it, you need to start now. You need to start from somewhere, right? So if you want to see yourself 5 years, 6 years, doing well in your career, earning a lot, going on holidays, being in a very good position in the tech industry, able to networking with top superiors in the tech industry, you need to start now itself, right? To actually mold yourself into becoming a better engineer in the tech industry itself. Yes, so we can move on to the next slide. So don't wait now as the opportunity is open. So you need to now start creating the opportunity for yourself, right? Yes, so we can move on to the next. So just to note for all the participants in this webinar, right? So if you actually want to, get into our, if you all are interested in our courses, you can call our hotline, which is displayed on this presentation itself, or you can even visit our website as well. Also, you can either email if you want to get more information about the computing courses. And for all participants here, we'll be providing you a free certificate for all attendees. Also, you will get a £50 off what you call discount for all of the computing courses that you apply. So this is actually valid for only 7 days from the webinar itself. You just need to then type the code, and then you will get the £50 discount itself, right? So you will have the offer. We are now giving for our participants the buy one, get one free offer as well. So actually, these are some of the things that we are offering for only participants who have actually entered into this webinar itself, right? So there are some questions. So there is a question our participants have already mentioned that I have already completed my level 3 diploma in computing, and I'm working as a level 1 basic customer support. What are some of the qualifications which I can undertake to go for a better paying jobs, right? So this individual has only done the level 3, and he's only working as a basic level 1 engineer. Now he's interested in growing his career in the IT sector. So I would like to say to you that it's very important that you then enhance yourself by doing the level 4 and the level 5, but also develop your skills as well, so you can then apply for better jobs. So at our organization, we offer that level 4 and level 5 as well. And also we have the fast track plan as well. To know more information about that, you can contact our relevant student counselors, and they will provide you all of the necessary information itself. So I hope this webinar was actually valued to you. And also, again, thanks to all of the participants who have taken the time and from your busy schedule to join this webinar itself. And I hope you all learned a vast amount of information which you can apply to your career as well. So thank you for all of the participants for attending this session, and have a great day. Right. Thank you.